Previously on Dobie Masters. We took Cleo to a park and leveraged the luring behavior we taught her so that we could introduce the heel command, a critical command in leash training. She makes impressive progress in just one session of practice, indicating that the work we've done improving her focus and drive in a way Dobermans understand is really starting to pay off. But coming up today, we take on a challenge Arthur has faced with his Doberman Cleopatra since day one. Her habit of jumping up on guests or her owner as they walk through the door. To tackle this, we introduced a breed-specific technique designed just for Dobermans that targets the key motivations behind this behavior. With a bit of practice and consistency, this method will drastically reduce and hopefully eliminate jumping for good. All that is happening right now on Dobie Masters. Here at Doberman Planet, we believe that anyone can be successful with raising the perfect Doberman companion. You don't need to have decades of experience or be an elite trainer to own one of these impressive dogs. Follow the journey of everyday owners and their dogs as we go about transforming their relationships and making true home-worthy companions. Welcome to Dobie Masters. Well, we're here at Arthur's house today with Cleopatra here, and we haven't even walked in the house yet. Why? Well, because Cleo's a little spitfire and she's been jumping up on us like crazy and everybody else, so it's time we handle it. I do remember though, even my own Doberman doing this at home, he would jump up on everybody. But honestly, this is normal for this breed, like it or not. And Cleopatra's doing it now too. She's jumping up on Arthur, jumping up even on us when we're setting up to train her. And really just about when anybody arrives at the house and walks in through the door. So today we're gonna put an end to that behavior. How? By extinguishing it with a technique that I came up with called hands up, don't jump, and it works perfect for Dobermans. By the way, thank you to Aaliyah for commenting on our last video about the need to train this in Cleopatra. I absolutely agree, and so does probably every other Doberman owner who owns a Doberman at this age. I love this hands up, don't jump method, mainly because it works with the Doberman's natural instincts instead of fighting them. And as we know, this is an incredibly unique breed, so we gotta train them in a unique way. I also have a really cool surprise for Cleo today too. Okay, let's get inside and see how bad this jumping is. I'm sure she's gonna nail me on the way in the door. Let's go. Oh yeah, she definitely got me. Jeez. So I'm really excited about this technique. Basically what this technique does is incorporates just a whole bunch of different techniques that people have been using for decades to train dogs not to jump like this. But it takes out the best aspects, the aspects that work the best for this breed, puts them all into one technique. So this is why I love it so much, because it works so good for Dobermans. So in this case, we're gonna be asking Cleo to sit down when we come in through the door. And you can kind of modify this to do whatever you want. You can have your dog lay down, you can have your dog go to a bed, but those are a little more advanced. Sitting's a little easier to teach in the beginning. Okay, the first step is we walk in through the door. When we come in and we know a jump is coming, hands go up. That's part of the hands up, don't jump, and we put our back against the wall. The hands up is a great visual cue. Dobermans love visual cues, so that's why we use that. Next up, you want to give them a little bit of direction. You want to tell them what to do, not just what not to do. So in this case, we're going to give a good, solid, firm sit command. Then you just simply stay still like a statue. You look straight ahead. You do not make eye contact with them because making eye contact is engagement. So then honestly, your dog's probably gonna jump, at least the first few times you do this. When that happens, I like to use the knee and turn away. It makes this uncomfortable for them. Whatever you gotta do, just make sure that their two paws don't land on you. That's what you wanna avoid. They're trying to get those two paws up on you. I put the knee up to the chest area and turn to the side so they just slide right off. Then you just wait. You've already given a very clear command. They've heard you, they know what you expect, so wait. Once they sit down, then you can finally give them some attention. When you're first doing this, let me tell you exactly what's gonna happen. This is what's gonna go wrong. You're gonna do this, you're gonna stand like a statue, they're gonna sit, great, everything's wonderful, and you go down to praise them, and as soon as you go down, because they're showing some self-control, boop, they'll jump right back up in your face again. So what do you do there? You put your hands back up, you go back into statue mode, and you sit there and wait, like a boring statue. Sit. 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 So let's come through. Sit. 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 Oh, yes. Sit. Sit. With time, you'll eventually not have to give them the sit command. And then you can even start to take away the visual cue. It'll become ingrained in their brain as just their normal action because of the habit forming tendencies of these dogs. And I'm telling you, this method with the visual cue, with ignoring them and not engaging them until they show some self-control, this method is what just kills it with this breed. This is the best way with the Dobermans. So we know Dobermans are a working breed. They got tons of drive and energy, and they're Velcro dogs to the max, right? So if you think about it, with those two things, is it like a surprise to anybody that they have issues jumping up on people? It shouldn't be. So it's basically just all about engagement with these dogs. The reason why they jump on you is they're just trying to get that reaction from you, and landing those two paws on you and getting you to react a certain way, that's engagement to them, even when it's a negative reaction. So how do you handle it? You basically just take away that engagement. That's why the hands up, don't jump technique really does work so well. It's because it's all based around taking away that engagement and not giving it until they do something that you want them to do. It's very hard to train these dogs by just telling them what not to do. It's way easier to train them by telling them what to do. Okay, so Art, a couple keys to success here, okay?
Okay.
And I'm gonna go kind of fast, but if you have questions, just stop me.
All right.
One of the biggest things you can do is have really good leadership in the house. And we talked about that before on one of our previous sessions. That'll make a huge difference because when they see you as your equal, they're more likely to engage with you as your equal. All right, another thing you can do, Art, is you can come and go just very calmly from the house. So when you leave, make it really calm. When you come back, really calm. You know how she feeds off her energy.
Yeah.
So the calmer you are coming through the door, the easier it's gonna be for her to control herself.
When I'm firm and zombie-like, then it tends to be a little better.
And then the other important thing, of course, is maintain consistency. You gotta be super rock solid consistent when you come in through the door. Initially, when other people are coming over, right now while you're still working on this, separate her. Just so she doesn't develop the bad habit in her brain.
Okay.
But after a long stretch, maybe a week or so of real consistent not jumping on you with you doing this technique, and you're starting to really rely on her, maybe then you can start experimenting with having someone you trust come over who's not going to get hurt, of course. And having them, if they need to, do the same technique.
Okay.
And then the next step is to just challenge her a lot. So continuing to challenge her. When she gets good at it, try not giving her the sit command. Just do the hands up and wait, and she'll probably automatically sit. And then after a little while, start trying to do it just waiting with the hands down. And over time, you could do less and less, and she'll just have that memory ingrained in her head. Okay, quick pro tip for you guys who have those very stubborn jumpers. Don't be afraid, depending on the situation, to put a short leash on them. And when you come in through the house, stand on that leash so they physically can't jump while you do the technique, at least initially in the beginning. If you just need that to break the initial habit before you start using this technique, that's fine. For some stubborn Dobermans who've been jumping for a really long time, that might be needed. So that is your pro tip. Real quick, guys, I know it's no surprise to you if you have a Doberman how much money we spend on these dogs. It is really astounding to me sometimes how people will spend hundreds of dollars on health insurance, they'll spend tons of money on vet bills and so much money on these toys to try to reduce anxiety and stress in their dog, but then they go out and get the cheapest possible dog food, the dried kibble that can sometimes just lead to a lot of these things too. So that's why I really recommend a fresh food option like Ollie's human grade food service. Look, I do really believe in Ollie, and not just because of my experience with him with my dog, but also because of the constant emails I get from my viewers all the time who have tried Ollie and actually stuck with it. Once your Doberman really gets used to that fresh food, there's really no going back. And even for the owner themselves, I remember Anna on my channel who had a Doberman, and she explained in detail how her Doberman was just calmer and listened to her better and just seemed more focused throughout the day. And she's not alone, and I know this because of these emails I get all the time from our viewers. So if you want to give Ollie a try for your dog and really see for yourself what a difference this can make, we'll have a link in the description down below this video, along with a coupon code that you can use to get 60% off. I'll also have the coupon code up on your screen right now. It's Doberman Planet, all caps, and you get 60% off your first box. It's an awesome deal. So give it a shot, and I don't think you'll regret it. So if you haven't been watching this season, a lot of the reason that we're here is not only to train Cleo, but to make her life better. So, so we got you something pretty cool.
You got your new harness.
Yep, we got her a harness, and it's got the handles. It's all that stuff that you wanted on there. It's got the handles. It's a great service dog harness too. Yeah. It detaches. You got a little IED holder on there as well. You got Velcro, so you can put patches on there. These little pads on the bottom are really soft and breathable, which is really cool too. And because, you know, especially red Dobermans, their skin sometimes is a little sensitive.
Oh, yeah.
So
I know.
Yeah. So,
I'm learning.
As always, we'll have links to all of the products that you've seen in this video in the description down below, along with the homework that we give to Arthur every single week so you can train your dog along with him. Please leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think we should train Cleopatra in next. And if we use your recommendation, you might get a call out in this video. Thanks so much for watching. See you on the next one.